Hi everyone and welcome back to the Rookie CEO podcast. I'm Grace Watkins and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Click Management, and Rookie CEO is my week-to-week learning out loud podcast where I'm sharing the highs and lows and the journey of starting to create a business in my mid-20s. Usually on this podcast, I'm sharing the day-to-day lessons of things that I'm experiencing and learning as I'm trying to run a business. This week, it's going to be a little bit different because this week my grandma passed away. She was an incredible woman, and it's been difficult this week for my thoughts not to be mostly consumed with thinking about her and her memories and the lessons that she told me and the stories that she told me. And so it felt as though when I was thinking about Rookie this week and what I was going to talk about, it was hard not to think about her and what lessons she passed on to me in terms of work. So my grandma Judy grew up in Tasmania, the little island below the bottom of Australia, and she trained and studied to be a nurse. And she became a nurse in a time where it was obviously so different to how it is now, and women really didn't have nearly as many career opportunities. I remember her telling me that the only job opportunities that she felt like she was really able to choose between was like a nurse or a teacher or, not really taking on a career at all. So she chose to be a nurse, and I remember she would always talk about how she topped the state in her nursing exams. And I think she had these values of hard work and doing your best. And that was always something that she iterated to us. It wasn't necessarily about the results that you're getting, but it's about, are you doing your best? And she would say this little saying all the time. She'd be like, good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best. That's like drilled into my mind. She would reiterate that to me countless times over my childhood. But beyond that, I was thinking, what career lessons did she teach me? Like, what things have I gathered from her that I apply in my job on the day-to-day now? And there actually wasn't a huge amount that sprung to mind. I think at first when I realized that, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't the topic to talk about on Rookie then, because she didn't necessarily give me a huge amount of lessons around work. But then as I was thinking about it a little bit more this morning, I think actually that's kind of the perfect thing to talk about, because for me, when I'm in this mindset of trying to run a business, it's very consuming. I think about Click so much every day. I think about the people that work for us so much every day. It consumes a lot of my brain power. And it's easy to get wrapped up in the small stresses of everything that comes with that. What's going on with this person, or what's going on with this person, or what about this bill, or what if I didn't get that piece of work that I wanted? And for all of us, it's easy to get wrapped up in the minute stresses of the day-to-day, which can feel big. And it sucks that it takes an event like losing someone to put things in more perspective than you probably have most of the time. But it does. And like losing her this week makes me realize that actually the day-to-day stresses of work and that sort of thing just don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. The actual detail of what you're doing on the day-to-day isn't really the important thing. The important thing is more around, are you working hard? Are you trying your best? Do you feel like you're getting up every day and doing something that has meaning and doing something that's challenging yourself and you're trying your best? And beyond that, it's not really about the job that you have or how much you earn or who cares about what you're doing. It's really about, are you creating a life that allows you to enjoy time with your family, enjoy time with people that you love, and find meaning, whatever that is. And I think it's funny because a lot of my personality is around wanting to make other people happy and proud. And that's been a huge driver for me in a lot of the work that I do. I'm like, am I making my parents proud? Am I making my grandparents proud? But then when I actually think about the kind of questions she would ask me about work, and I think, she found the work that we do at Click really funny, and a credit to her, because for a grandmother, what we do at Click, managing digital talent, talking about YouTube, Instagram, streaming, gaming, video games, the concept of the fact that people record themselves playing video games and put it on the internet is not necessarily something that's super easy to digest. And she made such an effort to understand it. And she would watch Elliot's videos all the time and text him and be like, you know, lots of people watch that one, or like, you got lots of nice comments on that one. And I think beyond the title or beyond what we're actually doing or how much money you're able to make or whatever, Like, the only thing she really cared about was if we were happy or not at work. I don't think she ever actually really cared about how well we were doing compared to some societal standard of whatever that means. It was all about if we were happy. She loved the fact that Elliot and I worked together. She loved the fact she could tell that work brought me a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction, and I was excited to think about it and talk about it and share it with her. Really, that is all that actually matters. And the day-to-day stresses are just not a big deal. And when you bring it back, the only people that matter are the people, your family and the ones that you've chosen to make family, and the people that you care about. And the people that you care about are going to care about you and love you and think you're doing great just if you're happy. It's not about your earning potential or your title or whatever. They're going to care about you regardless. This is going to be a really short episode this week, and I think it's just difficult for me to honestly think about much else at the moment. So next week we'll be back with a more structured episode and probably something a little bit more insightful. But for now, that's it. I think it's just do your best, do something that makes you happy, and don't worry about too much of the other stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.